Okay, I'm going to start off by saying it is awesome that we are getting a third OPR map. Seriously, we like literally just got the second OPR map after years of no new OPR maps and having to play the old one over and over. And now all of a sudden we're getting all of these PvP maps. So it's really good to see AGS turn a new leaf when it comes to releasing stuff and especially releasing things that people really want. These have been very requested and now we're finally getting them. Anyhow, this new map is called the Tower of Calomel. Wait a minute, let me check here. No, it's called Muskethaven, my bad. Now, the map design of this map is very much centralized around the tower in the middle. You have a lot of sniping vantage from the top of that tower, but on top of it, I find that the map itself is actually quite open feeling, especially compared to the Coral Divide. That being said, one of the big nice things about this map, even though it is very open, you can see there's lots of little bits of terrain scattered all over the place. There's broken rocks and pillars and all that good stuff, so it's not like you are completely devoid of cover while you're out playing this map, but the open spaces and the long corridors that the map has definitely favor something like a musket or the ranged playstyle over a melee playstyle. And I'd go even further to say that the jump pads kind of compound the want to play a ranged build, because with all these jump pads everywhere, it's very hard to stay on top of someone if they're using the jump pads effectively, whereas a ranged player is just going to be able to use those jump pads to get away from trouble really easily and then just continue shooting, and they have the option of actually being able to hit an opponent once an opponent uses the jump pad to escape. So very similar to the first OPR map, I feel like ranged is definitely going to be the favored combat style here, but by no means does that mean that ranged is going to be the one that's winning all of the confrontations. If you have a solid stack of players and you've got some bruisers, you've got some healers, of course, you're going to be able to plow through those ranged players and take the points. The ranged players aren't going to be able to hold points against stacks like that, but for the most part, if you're just out here playing by yourself like I like to, you're going to be running into a lot of ranged opponents, and you're going to want to make sure that you're staying in as much cover as possible and using your corners, using your line of sight, using your height especially, to keep yourself safe from those ranged attackers on this map. Now, the next thing I want to talk about with this map is the design of the map itself. The outposts are in kind of a weird position off to the side. Now, I don't necessarily hate this. It took me a little while to just kind of get the feeling for where I need to go in this map, but once I got used to it, I actually I don't know, I feel like it actually breaks the combat up a little bit, because when you go to the center, it is very zergy. There's a lot of players clumped up, and there's a lot of people trying to vie for control of that central point. I think, if anything, I don't love that the doors to the outposts are kind of on the far sides, so you have to go around the outpost in order to actually get in it, instead of being able to get in through the top from like a central door or something like that. I'm not sure. That being said, you know, it is what it is, and I don't hate this design. It's just different, and different is not necessarily a bad thing. Now, one thing that I do really like about this map is the inclusion of those jump pads. I might not love how open some of the terrain is, but the jump pads themselves add a lot of additional gameplay and counterplay to this game, and I really like the mobility that they add, especially as someone who likes to play very mobile builds. The jump pads do a really great job just kind of keeping you in a spot where you have options to escape and you're not just finding yourself pinned in a corner. So as long as you're aware of where those jump pads are and you're trying to use them to the best of your ability, I find that this actually works out quite well. And it's something I would actually love to see in future OPR maps and even Capture the Flag maps. These jump pads are pretty sweet. But again, the thing that I want to really iterate about this map and about just design of the maps in general for this game, those jump pads really favor a ranged player for escaping and for attacking when your opponent's trying to escape using those jump pads. So that's something that they need to keep in mind when they place the jump pads, and you know, when they adjust kind of how those jump pads are working for your character. I should have got the immobilize on that guy with my hatchet there. Maybe he popped his ultimate before he went for that burnout. But anyway, yeah, I'm liking the map, and I played a couple different builds on it. I played my Hatchet Firestaff build, and I also played a Musket Rapier setup, and Musket did really well on it. So if you guys like playing Musket, this is going to be a map to enjoy, that's for sure. And then for people like me who like to play a lot of different things, well, this is still a good map. You still got options. I don't think any builds are going to be not viable in here, but you're definitely going to have to be careful with your positioning when you play a full melee setup, especially if you're not playing with a group. Now, of course, with Season 10 just around the corner, and this is only a preview for this map, so we only get to play it for, I think it's about a week. We might see some changes to this map. We might also see a lot of changes balance-wise coming with the new patch. So that might have a big impact on how combat looks on all of the different PvP maps, not just this map itself. So yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to, lots of cool stuff coming with Season 10 that we already get a little bit of a taste of here, so that's really awesome. And I'm excited. I'm actually really excited, guys. I feel like this is a really good sign from AGS, seeing them put out these maps a lot faster, seeing them actually give the player base the stuff that we've really been wanting all this time. Good on you guys. Good on you guys. And thank you. Seriously, I don't think we say that enough as a player base. I know that the game has had its ups and downs, but I love playing it. So thank you for the hard work you guys have put into this game, because I wouldn't be able to enjoy myself like this if you hadn't. Now, of course, I have links to both of the builds featured in today's video down below if you guys want to check out some build guides to those particular setups. And last but not least, if you guys are enjoying the show and you have some awesome fights that you would love to see in the New World Top 5 fights, you can send that to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. I'm going to be changing how I do the top 5 fights. Normally, I wouldn't message you guys back until the episode is done and we are ready to go. But from now on, I'm going to be letting you guys know that yes, I did get your clip. And then if your clip is going to make it in an episode, I will send you an email letting you know. So if you guys are not sure how to send something in for the top 5, all you do is you just email a link of your clip to Kristofer at pvpnewworld.com. It's that simple. From there, I can just get the footage myself by downloading it, and we're good to go. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all are enjoying this new OPR map. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great night, everybody.